Hello YouTubers and welcome to another episode of the vlogs. Today we're talking about the 2K prep since we've got 2K this weekend. So pieces that you might do, why you might do them, things you should think about for the 2K coming up. But first, got to get through the darkness, get to the club and get on the water when it lightens up a bit. Oh yeah! We've got breaded egg toast today. Oh yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. Great fueling up after the experimentation of putting Sholto and Stroke seat and me in bow seat with the silk. Oh yeah, but now, like I said, time to fuel up because food is fuel. And then we're going to talk about, we've got another session at air, then we're going to talk about 2K prep. Alright, and we've finished fueling up. We also tried to get some Supreme merch off of the internet, but unfortunately we were just a bit too slow. It sold out within seconds. We were just 3.5 seconds rather than 3. And we've got the Christmas decorations as well. Oh yeah, but now it's time to go on the air and do some 2K prep. Yeah. crew room, we've got some delicious chili and rice and some vegetables. Oh yeah, we've got to fuel up after a lovely pieces, some lovely pieces on the egg. Oh yeah, but now it's time to fuel up, time to chill out, time to relax. Then we'll get chatting to 2K prep. And that is us outside of the club once more after delicious lunch. There was one of those plates where you just keep eating and the plate doesn't seem to be getting smaller, or the food on the plate doesn't seem to be disappearing. But eventually finished that up because, remember, food is fuel, and that's what I think, for me anyway, coming into 2K, physiologically, scientifically, research proves it doesn't really make a difference with like 6-minute efforts, or whatever the effort is for a 2K, the short distance efforts. Carb loading, etc., doesn't make a difference, but I feel like it's like a confidence thing in my head that if I'm fueled up right, I'm going to do a good one. And other things to do with 2K prep, I'll put the camera in the car. Other things to do with 2K prep, erg pieces like we just did there. So it can be anything from getting the intensity up, getting the rate up to what you'll be doing for your 2K piece, and getting used to that pace, getting used to that rate, getting used to the burny feeling in the lungs and the legs and all that, so you're ready for it on the day of the 2K. So I recommend, and everyone has their sort of preference, but doing, say, over half of the piece a few days before. So say between a 1K, 1500 roughly, a few days before, not flat out, but at a pace. So say a race start, easy middle, maybe a race finish, and it kind of depends on you. So I like to be as fresh as possible pre-big piece on there, big 2K. And so if I'm doing a few days before, good start, hard middle, hard finish on say a 1250, that I feel like, even if it doesn't, I feel like that makes a difference to my fatigue levels. So I kind of like to take a little bit off the intensity on those pieces, but definitely see the pace that I want to see during my sort of prep piece. So I saw in the 28s, 27s, 30s, depending on what part of the race I'm in. So last time I averaged almost 30 for the first K and averaged almost 26 for the second K on the last 2K I did for my PB. So I'm going to try, well, it's a bit difficult to know where I'm at just now. I'm going to try my hardest, obviously, but I don't know what that will end up being. Some guys, when they come down from altitude, so that's, I came back on Sunday, and now Sunday to Saturday, your body is still sort of on the up, or should in theory, and the science, be on the up from getting the benefits from altitude, etc., like recovering. And then, so basically you come back from altitude and there's a peak quite quickly, maybe like a day after, 2 days after, and then it drops to a trough, and then you start coming back up to a peak again. The peak doesn't happen for, it's definitely longer than a week, but it can depend on the person. But that is what I'm kind of not concerned about, but have in the back of my mind that, okay, I'm not 100% fresh like I would like to be, but it's a 2K, almost a 2K training piece. It's not the end of the world if I don't do well, but it's an opportunity for me to demonstrate my capabilities, and I would like to get as close to my PB as possible, similar to the trials piece that I did, but hopefully just doing a little bit. So my first K, like I said, was quite slow compared to my second K, so maybe evening that out, and maybe if I do the exact same pace but take off 0.5 during the first K, that's a PB, a 0.5 second PB. But it all kind of depends on the day, how I'm feeling, how my energy is, how hyped up I am, and how I go through the 2K itself. But onto more 2K prep stuff. So we have you're fueling up, you're eating like days before. You have 2K prep pieces, so whether that's a few 500s or one longer piece like a 1250, or whether it's a bunch of shorter ones, or even just doing some bursts and getting used to that pace. That's getting used to the pace is key there. and of course, what do you eat on the day? So, eating on the day, for me, I don't like to feel full when I'm doing the 2K, but I don't like to feel hungry. So, if I was to go 100% as full and 0% as me like quite hungry, so I would want to be like 30%. So I'm not like, it's not stomach rumbling, but I'm nowhere near full. But that is a personal preference. I really recommend like experimenting with pieces that you might be doing before the actual big test that you're doing. So say you have your 2K prep pieces, that is not only the 2K prep pieces to see the splits and the rates that you want to see, but it's also to see how your body reacts. So maybe you choose that time to, okay, I'm going to have some sort of meal, maybe a porridge or something, before, an hour before, 2 hours before, and then you do the piece and you think, okay, maybe it's a bit close to the 2K to be eating that or not close enough. So then you can adjust on the actual day. And of course, big, huge, massive part of 2K prep and like leading up to the 2K is trusting in the training you have done. Whether that is hundreds and hundreds of kilometers, whether that's really short, intense workouts, it doesn't matter. You've done the training and it's now your time to prove to yourself how strong, how fit you are at the 2K distance. So basically on Saturday, today is Thursday, so on Saturday I'm just going to trust in the training I did up the mountain in Sierra Nevada, use the improved aerobic capacity, hopefully, and then also trust that the training I've done before even that, through the summer, through the start of the season and into now, is going to be used, especially in that last K. But we will see. And also a lot of people have been asking about sort of, oh, I want to see the filming of it, and I don't know how the filming is going to go on the day, just because it is more of a closed testing environment rather than the trials one, which is quite open. So I'll see what I can do. Maybe I'll just put the camera down because the camera is a bit obtrusive. Some people don't like it, so maybe I'll put the GoPro down or something. We'll see, but I will try and let you guys know on numbers, etc. And also about British indoors at the weekend. They might not be happening with the relay, but we will see, fingers crossed, due to some changing of personnel. But that is for Saturday for future self to worry about, and that will be it for the end of today's episode. So a little bit on the water with Sholto, a little bit on the erg with the lads, and now it's time to go home, chill out, eat a lot of food, be quite full, and then probably some sleep at some point. But hopefully you enjoyed this episode. Remember, Yam Squad, subscribe if you haven't already, hit that like button, and have a good one.